I am a teacher. I'm like 11.
Okay, thank you, Amber and then Mia, for getting started right away on your warm-up.
I'm done.
Good job. Yes. Sit right in the back where the doors are. Okay, looks like everybody's had a chance to get the warm-up done. Can you read the warm-up for us, Jeffrey? Read it to us.
Okay.
Nice and loud.
But it doesn't have any instructions.
Yeah,
Should I
just start with
read
Peter.
this whole thing? Okay. Peter is half Riley's age.
Wait, I'm sorry. There's other people that are talking right now. Michael, are you done? Okay. I'm ready to listen to Jeffrey. Read the warm-up for us. Okay? Okay, Jeffrey.
I just have.
Yeah.
Can I answer the warm-up too?
Well, let's have you read it and maybe we'll see.
Peter is half
Oh,
Riley's
again.
age.
Leah's talking now. Are you done?
Are you absolutely and positively finished?
Jeffrey, I'll get done. Go ahead.
Peter is half Riley's age. Riley is half Yuri's age. Yuri is half Sean's age. Sean is half his father's age. Sean's father is 48 years old.
How old is Peter, right? Okay, so what's the first thing that you notice when you read this? What's the first thing that you noticed, Mia?
That, like, the Sean's father's 48, and that's even. And when I read it, it's always someone that's, like, only half of its age.
Okay, so you noticed 48 was even and half of everyone's age, okay? Well, so what did you do to, so also did you say half? There's probably gonna be a pattern there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you thought pattern. And then, Darren, what did you do?
Make this what Sean's age is. You divide 48 by 2.
Okay, so the first thing you said was, I know how old Sean's father is, he's 48, and Sean is half of his age, so I'm gonna divide 48 by 2, right? So you said, and you just said 48. Is 48 in the house or at the door then? In the house. And you divided it by 2 because 2 is half, right? What's half of 48? 24. So we know that Sean is 24, right? Okay, now what do? We know Sean's 24, now what? Amber,
You do 24 times, divided by 2.
to find whose age?
Sean's, Yuri,
Yuri, yeah. And you could just call him Y, because sometimes math gives you funny names of people, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, you just call him Y. Okay, so Yuri, half of 24 is what? Do you need to do this out, or do you just know?
I know,
What is it?
12.
12. We probably all know half of 24 is 12, right? Okay. And then, hey Jenna, I know that you've got some stuff going on, but you still need to pay attention to me, okay? Thanks. All right, so, and then we have, so now we know Sean's age is 24, Yuri's age is 12. Now we want to find Riley's age. What's Riley's age, Mia?
6.
6, because 6 is half of what? 12. And then, Jeffrey, so how old is Peter?
Peter is 3.
How'd you find that?
I divided 6 by 2 in my
Good.
head.
Okay, so you know that half of 6 is 3 in your head. So how old is Peter then? 3. Okay, so Peter's 3. Go ahead and put your warm up away, and you don't need to get anything else out right now. Did you?
Yeah, I did 48, 12 is 6, half of 6 is 3.
Good. You're gonna do it all in your head, Alexis. You need a Band-Aid or something? Okay. All right, so yesterday we talked about, did I mention that I'm gonna be between here and language arts for probably this week, and then I'll probably just be in language arts? Okay, well, that's kind of what's going on. I'm kind of sharing my time between the two for a little bit, just so you guys aren't confused. Don't worry though, I'll be around. Okay, I want to do this with tiles. Do you have a question about what we're going to do, or an answer? Or a question for me? What?
Does my mom help you in second and third hour? Second hour?
In here? Your mom's in here in second hour, and I think she's in ELA and for third hour. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, okay, good. I'm glad you already know the answer. That's good, Darren. That must mean that you paid attention yesterday and that you thought about this last night a little bit. Okay, so. What, Megan? Let's wait until we get to that, okay? Let me do this first. Okay, so I want to review what you guys did yesterday. Now, if you remember, what you did yesterday, Jeffrey, was, I can't see it. You worked on multiplying fractions, right? We're not done multiplying fractions, we're going to work on it more today. But remember yesterday you worked on multiplying fractions? Were there as many steps to multiplying fractions as there were to adding fractions? No, not at all, right? But you can't go and forget everything you learned about adding and subtracting fractions. But we're going to kind of set that aside for right now and learn something new, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for this problem I have 2/3 of 15. How can I show, I know how to do this, I don't want to know how to do this mathematically yet. I want to be able to show you with the tiles. Who can help me show with the tiles what 2/3 of 15 is? Brock. Okay, so I've got 15 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I want to have 3 groups of 15. Cool. I've kind of already done that here, haven't I? So I could say these are my 3 groups, right? Okay, is that right?
Yeah.
How many is in each group, Brock? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I take 5 and I divide it evenly by, if I take 15 and I divide it evenly into 3 groups, I've got 5 in each group, right? Okay, good. So now I want to know how much, so I've got 3/3 of 15, right? So here's a third, and here's a third. If I add 3/3 together, do I have, or I add 1/3 together 3 times, do I have 3/3? Yeah, and that's all 15, right? So how much would 2/3 of 15 be? What would I have to do, like with my tiles, to show that? 2/3 of 15. I'll wait for a couple more people. I'm giving you time to think. 2/3, I've got 3/3 here, and I want 2/3. 2/3 of 15. How can I show what that is with my tiles? Trevor,
You take, like,
speak up.
you have to take 2 rows from the 3.
Oh.
So you get 2 and that's the 1.
So this is 1/3,
Yeah.
this is 1/3. So if I add these together, I have 2/3, and I can just take this one away?
Yep.
Because this is, okay. So now, do I have 2/3 of 15 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 is 2/3 of 15. Is that what we just said? Yeah. Good. How can I do this mathematically now if I don't want to carry tiles around in my pocket all the time to be able to count? Amber,
You do it time.
what?
You do
You're on the right track. Keep going.
do that.
I guess,
You know. What does my up sign become,
A
Amber?
time sign.
A multiplication sign. Good. Okay, now what do I do, Amber?
You see if you do 3 times 15. I mean 5. Wait. Yeah. 3 times 3 going to 15. Oh yeah, sorry. 3 to 15, and it goes in there.
Okay, what am I doing when I do that? How many times does 3 go into 15? Who remembers what that's called? What is that called, Justin? Cross canceling. Do you remember that from yesterday, Amber? Okay, so you said 3 goes into 15 5 times, right? Okay, now what? What do I have to do with my 3, Amber?
Cross out and make it a 1.
Make it a 1. Good. Because if I'm gonna cross cancel up here, I have to do it over here, don't I? Okay. What's my next step, Bailey?
5 times 2.
Multiply across. 2 times 5 is 10. Did I get the same answer? Yeah. So I can use the tiles, or I can do it this way, right? But I'm probably not going to have tiles around in my pocket all the time, am I? So I need to know how to be able to do this. Do I have to, okay, let's do another one. 1/2 of 50. 1/2 of 50. How do I do this? Jacob. Michael, please help.
The first tiles would be really hard.
Okay, yeah, you'd have to have 50 of them, wouldn't you? Okay, Jeffrey?
On a piece of paper, you'd have to count those 2 go up 50. We're just going to take this up for a second.
Think of money.
25.
Yeah, okay. So if I have 50 cents and I divide it in half, how much do I have? 25. How about, and then 2 divided by 2 is 1, right? We always have to do this though. And 1 times 25 is 25. Think about it. If I have half of 50, do I have 25? Yeah, right? So you have to think, make sure you're estimating and thinking about whether these are answers that make sense in your head, right? Now, what about if I wanted to go, what if I do this? 1/5 multiplied by 30 over 1. Now what? Megan?
Cross up the big and go 5. 30 over 5.
Okay, what does my 5 become?
A 1.
Okay,
And you go from 5 to 30
okay.
to give you 6.
Okay, so I divide 30 by 5, or I can count up to 5. Or count up to 30 by 5s, and that's 6, right?
And then, you times 6 by 1, which is 6.
Okay, what about this? 1 and 1 down here, what do I do with those?
They go to a 1.
1 times 1 is 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's 1 over 6? 1 over 6 is what, Bailey? It's improper, and what does it become? If I have 6 groups of 1, how many do I have, Bailey? If I have 6 groups of 1, how many do I have? 6. If I have yeah, so do we have to do this step? Put the 1 underneath? Not when we do our math today, we don't have to put the make 30 over 1. We don't have to do this step, but I want you to know what you're doing, why you're doing that, okay? Let's do another one. 2/10 multiplied by 80. What's my first step, Sierra? Just a minute, there's people moving around and making noise and not paying attention. Can you speak up again?
Cross off the 10, make it a 1.
Okay,
See how many 10 goes into 8? 8.
okay.
8 times 2 is
18 is 16. If I wrote 16 over 1, would that be right? Yeah, but I need to simplify it to 16, wouldn't I? Okay. Ooh, how about this one? Oh man, who said oh man? Jeffrey, was that you?
Oh, no.
No? Okay, what do I do with this one?
Oh, they have my
11
paper.
over 12 multiplied by 168. How do I figure this one out? Michael, what's the first step?
I'm gonna start out with division.
Okay,
168 divided by 12.
so okay, what is that?
12 outside and 168 in the house.
Okay, so you're telling me that I need to write this out? I need to write out 168 divided by 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, because I don't even know what 168 divided by Jeffrey.
It's 13.
I don't think it is 13. I don't even know what 168 divided by 12 is off the top of my head. So how would I figure this out, Jacob?
Well, the way that I know is because 12 times 12 is 144. Just add no 12.
12 times 12 is 144, add another 12.
8.
But that's not, I don't need 156.
Oh.
So we could do it this way, we could keep adding 12, right?
Yeah.
We could do it this way. Or, what else could we do? Alexa,
I need to
go ahead. Okay. Are you okay? Are you sure?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
The question said, are you or did it say yes?
Okay.
See what happens?
Back to what we're doing here. So Talon, what could I do? What could I do if I didn't want to do my, try to figure out multiplication? What could I do right here?
Got it.
Yeah, I could do the long division, right? Okay. Huh? Okay. Okay, why did you put 7 Okay, listen. This is what Talon just said, and you guys were talking at your seat.
I just didn't realize.
12 times 1 is 12, right? We put the 12, bring our 4 down. Then bring our 8 down, so we have 48. 12 times 4 is 48. 48 and 0. So 12 times 14 is what? Are you guys done? There shouldn't be any picking each other. Okay, are you done? Are you guys, do you have it resolved now? Okay, so 12 times 14 is 168, so what? What does that mean? What does that mean for our problem? Guys, this is the last one I want to do. Wake up, let's get it done so you can get started on your work. Come on. What does that mean, Justin? What does this mean to me? What are we supposed to do with this now? Okay. That's okay, I don't think you're the only one. Mia,
12 goes into 168 and 14.
so what? What do I do?
You cross out the 12,
Oh,
you put a 1.
okay.
Then you cross out 168, you cross it out, and then you put a 14.
Oh, so I need to know how many times this 12 goes into 168. So that's what I did over here. I found out it was 14.
Yes.
So 168 divided by 12 is 14. Okay, and then this 12 becomes a 1. All right, now what? Darren.
The times 11 or 14.
11 multiplied by 14.
The answer is 154.
Now, if you can do this in your head, great. If you can't do it in your head, then you need to write it out and do it. Well, you know that 14 times 10 is what? What's 14 times 10? What is it, Jenna? 140, and we're multiplying it by 11, right? So we multiply it by another 14. So we just add this together. You could do it that way, or you can do all this. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 0, 1, 1. You could do it like that, right? But you need to show this step. Unless you know what this is off the top of your head like Darren did, you need to show this step, okay? So 11 times 14 is 154. Okay? You're gonna have some problems on your work today where you have to show these steps. You have to show your multiplication, you have to show your long division. Some of them are gonna be easy, like 1/2 of 50. But some of them are going to be harder where you need to show your long division and your multiplication, okay? Nowhere near as many steps as adding or subtracting fractions, though, are there? Okay, what's your question, Jacob?
If, because I sort of knew this, if I would have known this, would have had to put out the multiplication, which would have made me,
No, if you already know the division, you don't have to write out the long division. But if you don't know the long division, you need to write it out, because if you don't, it's going to get confused in your head, and then you're not going to get the right answer. Okay? So I don't know why you're blurting out. Go ahead, Amber.
Where did you guys get the 72 from?
It's not 72.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Minus.
This is a subtraction, and this is 12. And we got that because 12 times 1 is 12.
Oh.
That was my
It looks like a 72.
poor penmanship. Okay. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to pass these out. Ready?
Yes.
I'm going to pass these out for you. You are going to work on columns 1 and 2 by yourself. You may work on 3 and 4 with a neighbor when you're done with 1 and 2, quietly at your desk. Okay? I will pass these out, and then I will bring around lined paper for you. Okay? Name goes on both pieces of paper, hour and date, right? Any other questions? This will be due when you come to class tomorrow. The whole paper. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, on the top of the paper, it says do the exercises mentally. Do you think I want you to do the exercises mentally?
What if we know the answer?
Talon, I want you to write out your work. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? So even though it says to do it mentally, I don't want you to do it mentally. I want you to write it out.